Good morning, people. Sean here, the Detroit Diz. It's another awesome day here in the D. And it's a great, marvelous 38 degrees this morning, partly cloudy. And I'm just glad that we're alive and here on the earth. Anyways, good morning to all of the peeps. Okay, so before we get started and jump right into things, we have a call of action, and that is, if you did not know, we're trying to reach our first YouTube subscriber goal of 1,000 subscribers. That's right, 1,000 subscribers. You can help us out reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by just mashing that subscribe button and becoming part of the Detroit Diz family. You get to follow us along our YouTube journey. It's completely free, and you can also hit the notification bell. That way you know when we go live or upload a brand new video. We appreciate all of our subscribers, each and every single one of you, and we're grateful for you all. We thank you for following us along our YouTube journey. If you did not know, here at the Detroit Diz, I make daily Disney news drive rants. I talk about Disney news and Disney stuff with a little sprinkle of Detroit news and Detroit sports and weather and whatever else comes to my little brain. Anyways, I appreciate all of you guys supporting the channel. And if you're just a first-time viewer or a second-time viewer or maybe a long-term viewer and you haven't pressed the subscribe button, just go ahead and mash it. Just do it for us. We really appreciate it. Anyways, enough about subscribing. So, yeah. So we have a few stories. Oh boy, it was a busy weekend. First of all, I want to say that my daughter was in the marching band in high school. I was never in the band, even though I did play a musical instrument. She was in the band. She played the clarinet. We have a fantabulous marching band here in Ferndale, Michigan, which is right near me, where I graduated from. They have won multiple state championships. And my daughter was part of the marching band. So as a marching band parent, we know how much it costs for instruments and how much time is put into things and how big the budgets are for band and how important it is when your band plans a trip to go play at Walt Disney World and march down Main Street. I mean, it's a memory-making experience. And for Ashland High School in Ohio, where I was born, where is my home, my state of birth. I'm sorry, I do love Michigan. Go Blue. They're at the final championship this year. Tonight's the game. Go Blue. But in Ohio, in Ashland, Ohio, the high school did do the trip, the marching band trip to Disney World. And while they were parked at the hotel, their instruments were stolen. And I'm like, what the heck? When I heard the story. So they contacted a couple local music shops in the Orlando area, and they answered the call. They got some replacement instruments on loan for rent. Actually, kids rented them out for a month, and to return them, the kids were able to turn them into the local Ashland music place where they normally go to, and they are going to mail them back. How great is that? How great is that? The network of musicians is awesome. So they were able to play. They were able to play and march at the Magic Kingdom and live out the memory, and they sounded just wonderful. That is what community, and that is exactly what dreams are made out of. Anyways, talking about making dreams and making what dreams are made out of, this last week, there are some photos and aerial photos that were taken of Monstropolis, which is the new, I think that's the name of the new ride in Monsters Land, or yeah, that's what I think they're calling it now. That is going up in Hollywood Studios. Monsters. Ooh, scary. So these photos contained the newest step forward towards building a Monstropolis, and that is that the supports, the steel supports for the track and everything else, for the track and all, parts of it was arriving on site for the build out. People are excited every day. By the way, you can check on YouTube. There are people that are visiting the site, trying to get pictures. There's people that are flying over. So I would check out YouTube and the internet if you're going to be searching for these photographs. But people are taking them and they're covering every day what's changed with the construction, not just in Hollywood Studios, but also in the Magic Kingdom with Villain's Land and all that other stuff. Bonus content right now. Bonus content. So yeah, this last weekend, Resort TV 1 was at Hollywood Studios on Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin. And he was stuck on, the ride a couple of times. He was able to make it to Galactic Hero. I think that's what it is, the biggest score. But what we learned the most is about everything and how everything works on the ride. And they made a post about it on Resort TV 1, probably the most telling, the most informational video that they have there put out so far for the masses on Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin. So you should go ahead and watch the video if you're planning on going to or just wanting to know more about the new updates, including the new laser guns, or blasters. We'll say blasters. They sound better than guns. They don't sound as evil. But the blasters. Every sci-fi kind of movie or TV show, they have blasters. So anyways, you'll get to hear all the noises, how to use them, about the targets and how they've changed the targeting and this whole system and everything else you need to know, tips and everything else. Go watch the video on Resort TV 1. Yeah, it's very informational. I was there while it was happening live. Okay. Finally, the story of the day that you all have been waiting for, and I got to tell you, I couldn't believe my ears when I heard about it, because this is one of the things that I always worry about. When the Skyliner was just becoming a thing, and people got stuck on the Skyliner for hours and hours, and the rescue fire department had to come get people. You know, that was a thing of being up in the air, no air conditioning, hot Skyliner. Yeah, it's not fun. I was never in one. I can only imagine. It just doesn't look fun to me. And man, I would not want to be trapped in a Skyliner. I don't like heights, by the way, either. So that would not be my bucket of tea, per se, as you say it. That's how the that's how the saying goes, right? So here it is. The teal monorail lost power, and people were stuck in the monorail for an immense amount of time, hours exactly. I don't know how many minutes. While they were there, it was boiling hot in the monorail in the Florida sun, and people started taking the windows apart, the rubber strips, taking the windows out, trying anything that they could do to ease the heat, to survive the hot air trapped in the monorail, to make sure I don't think they would suffocate, but they would get very hot and suffer heat exhaustion, probably without the air conditioning. I'm just saying, it's probably more scientific saying. It was always dangerous. It's like a dog stuck in a car in a hot summer day. But anyways, yeah. So people were taking out the windows. I don't think anything happened to them afterwards. I'm just saying. And yeah. I can't believe. Oh yeah, and then they had like a tow vehicle, like a tow monorail car, take them back to where they had to get off, where they got off. I don't know why they lost power. It wasn't really said, and that kind of yeah, it was a thing. So that's scary for me. You know, I ride these things. I worry about the boat. I worry about the boat. And all the water rides, you know, my fear of it sinking. I know it's not very far off the ground; it's just barely floating in the just minimal amount of water. But yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, so that was this weekend's top stories for Disney. Let's jump right into sports while we're at it. I know a lot of people like Detroit sports. There's a lot of Tigers fans all over the place. The Tigers, I was looking at a Facebook post from last year. It said they were 4-4 on April 3rd. Same thing happened in Detroit this year. They were 4-4. That doesn't mean anything. They're coming back. They're going to take over the top spot from Cleveland and just continue to keep pace. Probably they're doing wonderful this year again. The Pistons are still atop the Eastern Conference and the number one pick in the playoffs. That's still a thing. They're still going strong. The Red Wings, though, questionable. It's going to be close. So close that I don't know. I just can't say anything about it. They're going to be super, super, super duper duper close about making the playoffs. It's depending on who's winning and who's losing. It's like a three-way tie just to get into the wild cards. And University of Michigan men's basketball team is going to the championship to be played tonight against UConn. Go Blue. I cannot wait to see the game. I'm sure a lot of people will be up. It starts at like, I think like 7 o'clock at night or something like that, I believe. Anyways, that's all I have for you for all the sports, Michigan, Detroit sports. And hope to see you guys again real soon. Have a great one. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.